Kansas at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's favored by 7 against Kansas.
What?
Kansas's quarterback got injured.
I
Jalen
did
Daniels.
see that. I did.
Yes.
Man,
The backup came in last week and kind of just cleaned it up, and it was no problem. I don't know if maybe the scheme is just really good for Kansas that the backup can even run it pretty well and have success. I don't know. There was also reports that this guy isn't even hurt. Something came out on ESPN or whatever. This guy's out for the season, and then he tweets out, "Oh, I've never heard of this. So is he really out? I don't know." But
see what you're saying.
I feel like they're taking that into account. Oklahoma's been getting kicked while they're down the past 2 weeks. I mean, look absolutely atrocious. Oklahoma is the most disappointing and bad-looking Power 5 team that I can think of off the top of my head.
Dang, son.
I mean, they are.
My boy
No
just said
defense,
Oklahoma.
can't tackle. They played 5 quarterbacks last week against Texas because Dillon Gabriel was out. And I think that's why this line is the way it is, because Dillon Gabriel is back.
Okay.
And the Kansas quarterback isn't. So that's why I think that line is that way.
Now, I will say this about the TCU Kansas game. Daniels went out. He was 5 of 10 for 89 yards when he went out. The backup came in 16 of 24, 262, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Yeah, not bad at all. Not
No,
bad at
not
all.
for a backup. Definitely not for a backup.
No. And I mean, Kansas is they're a physical team this year. So this one's going to be interesting to watch for that reason alone. Mayhem Matthew, how you doing, man?
But you're saying though it's at Oklahoma, which kind of. And what's the spread? What's the spread on this?
I think it's 7. I think it's 7.
So
Or
kind
six
of
and
the
a half
same
or something
thing as
like
the
that.
other.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there.
This is tough because if their quarterback is out, I still want to choose Kansas based off of, that quarterback. I don't think that Oklahoma's defense is going to magically be a lot better, this coming
Yeah,
week. And
correct.
I
I
mean,
don't either.
but at the same time, TCU, put up 41 on them, and then now all of a sudden TCU put up 38 on Kansas. So TCU has a strong offense. I just believe that Kansas has played against stronger offense and defense than what they're going to see out
Oh
of them.
yes. Oh yes.
So I'm going to have to go Kansas on this one.
Yeah, man.
I really want to go Kansas by 10 points, but I think I'm just going to go straight Kansas.
Yeah, I know. I kind of feel the same way. This is going to tell us a lot too about how Brent Venables has that locker room. Like I said, being absolutely
True.
kicked while they're down the past 3 weeks. If they
True.
come out here and fight and play decently well, and they look like they still have a little bit in them, that'll be something to pay attention to. But I'm gonna go hot take here. I'm gonna say Oklahoma wins this game. I'm gonna
Okay.
say I'm gonna go ahead and pick that. I'm not gonna pick the points though. I would pick Kansas in the points. I don't think it'll be a blowout by any means. I'm gonna go with the hot take one on this one though.
Now, I will say about the whole, will Brent Venables have the locker room together? He knows as
Mhm.
well as we all know. First year, you're trying to implement your system. You're a defensive coordinator. Like we all completely understand that. But do
Yeah,
your players understand that, and can they implement it? If you
that's
come
the
out and you
thing.
win this ball
Mhm.
game, if you win this ball game this year, it will truly show us how you're changing the system, but also that your players were able to forget about last week that quick.
Exactly.
So,
What does it come down to, TB? It's culture and buy-in at this point for Oklahoma. That's exactly what they're playing off
yeah,
of. Because it ain't
agreed.
hopes of the Big 12 title. It isn't hopes for it isn't even hopes for any type of good bowl game now. So
Would you not
we'll
say
see.
that it's in preparation for the SEC as a whole?
Um, I don't. What do you mean by in preparation though?
I mean, like
Like watching
trying
them get
to
beat this
recruit.
bad? Is that what you mean?
I'm saying having Venables, I really feel he is trying to recruit because he hasn't even got his full first class in yet. But
hmm
he's trying to recruit a defense full of players that can compete in the SEC. Now I know people are like, well, he can't even compete right now in the bit, and it's like, bro, he doesn't have his own players.
hmm
That's what I'm saying is he trying to have a 2 or 3 year loaded roster full of his recruiting classes. That way, when he jumps into the SEC, it's not a shock. It's like, nah, we ready.
That's a good point, and to that point, I mean that's exactly in my opinion why they hired Brent Venables as a defensive coordinator because they
Yes.
knew. I mean, going into the SEC, you don't play defense and you get drugged. You will get drugged.
I no, agreed. Agreed.
Okay, Daniel, stop it. We know Florida's going to beat LSU just as bad as Tennessee did. Come on. I actually don't think that, by the way, but we'll get to that too.